Suji, what you don't do again? We heard that the EFCC has declared Sujimoto's wanted, and then we heard of the player slapping the referee. That's another interesting story. And then very, very crazy story. And then Obi Kubana telling us, lecturing Nigerians on
avoiding money rituals.
Money rituals.
Kanayo way is not the way.
And then he believes it does not exist. He believes it's not real. But come with us as we discuss the details further on the Money Break and Breaking Times. I am Barry to the world. We have
Muhammad.
And I'm the real Mohammed.
Well, we struggle between who is the Mama. All I know is that you are KB and you are Mo. Anyhow.
Good morning.
So who is taking us on politics today?
Good morning. Today I take you down politics, hot gist on politics. Baba Balaba Kwatapata, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has embarked on a 10 days annual working leave. What do you think about this, Mohammed?
10-day annual working leave. Is it that in the whole year he only gets 10 days for a leave, or are we saying this is just one of many? Because we've been seeing a lot of stories online where people are saying, why is the president always not in the country?
Last week he was also in Japan.
Exactly, and we're saying there's so many urgent matters in the country. So why is the president never here? Why is he attending to other diplomatic? Well, we will call them diplomatic because we've seen where he has actually achieved a lot by visiting several countries. So let's say he's maintaining good diplomatic relations, he's achieving things outside. But then why is he not giving a little bit of time and focus down here in the country?
Nigeria don't tire. He needs to take a break from Nigeria.
But then
Nigeria don't too much.
A holiday is a holiday. It's not like we want him to be on tilt all the time. He does deserve to rest. He does deserve to take a little bit of time. He's an immature man, an old man, so he deserves to rest. Not every time Nigerian problems. But then, if he has been visiting all these countries, for official purposes, don't you think he deserves to rest in his country? After all, we did say
the location.
We've tackled a lot of things. We're saying we're saying the country is secure. We're saying that the country is secure. So there are a lot of places the president, should explain a bit. So unless we're saying he has visited everywhere in the country.
And the president is bound to visit France and United Kingdom. Barry, don't you think Nigeria, since they said it's safe, as they say, is this not a good environment for him to take his 10 days annual working leave?
Basically, me, I was asking, what do Obudu Katu Ranch?
So, Yankari said we get Yankari.
Do you understand? Yankari game user, what do all those ones? But anyway, he has gone to countries, that are working. He said France and
United
UK.
Kingdom.
He has gone there and he sees how their presidents work. Maybe he will get more insight, on how they do things over there. This is not the way they are. If France and UK were behaving like this, France and UK will not be where they are today. So maybe he will take some few points and notes from them from this his working leave.
Perhaps next we'll see Trump coming to take his annual leave here in Nigeria.
Yeah, hopefully. And I hope if there's space, the president can also take the fake Mohammed to go on annual leave. The federal government have emphasized that he will still be working. Not that he's taking a break from work. Okay. So I think they mean the country is no more on autopilot, as you understand. So do you think this is a good thing? Is it not better for him to hand over power to his vice, or do you think it's good for the country for him to be working from outside?
I think he should hand over to the vice. There's a reason he's vice president. His vice, his assistant, he's capable. We believe he's capable. In a situation whereby the president is not there anymore, we believe the vice president is supposed to fill in those shoes, and we believe he's capable. That is why the president made that decision to make him his vice. So, having to work for the country outside of the country, brings a lot of question marks. It brings a lot of
how
doubt.
Effectively can he do
exactly,
that?
Like
outside?
What is out there that is not here for you? Okay, if we're saying probably if he's occupying the villa, there will be a lot of official details that might mix him up. He should have a vacation house within the country. Don't we believe our troops, our security personnel are able to secure him in a different location that is not necessarily the villa? I believe he can pick a private house. We have so much land here in the country. We have so many states where he can just pick one.
I think we have a lot of tourist attraction here. We have the Obudu Katu Ranch. We have the Yankari Game Reserve.
We have a resort.
Yes. I think that's enough for him.
There are plenty places for him to clear his head in Nigeria. He does not need to go to Ekpe Resort too. Is there? There's a lot of places.
So probably I think he's going to still be working and he really needs that break, and maybe the environment is what he's not really okay with, he can leave the villa and have a private house within the country, secured enough for him to have his holiday without any disturbances, and at the same time work.
So what if, Mohammed, a very quick question to you. What of the common man
Well,
that cannot
personally,
afford to go out for
personally,
vacation?
I'll,
What
I'll,
of the common man?
I'll take that from the angle. Just recently we heard that the price of passport has been increased from the previous amount to 100,000, 200,000. So the common man cannot even afford, with his minimum wage, cannot afford a passport. Talk more of a savings, to travel out of the country for his own holiday or break. Even though we know there's a disparity in the salary of the president and that of the common man. But then at the same time, that begs the question: if the president cannot or would not spend his own money for a holiday within the country, and he has to go out, that means, okay, if we're saying these countries that he's going for this holiday are better, then shouldn't the common man also be able to afford that? That, okay, if I'm going for a holiday as Mohammed now, I can afford a passport, I can afford to go to that country, enjoy, and come back and work for my country. So I think if the president should lead by example. He should show the people what they should be doing. And if he's saying going to France and UK is better for holiday, then the common man should also be able to afford for that.
That's a good one. Barry, do you have any addition you'd love to do?
I mean, amidst the inflation rates, amidst the hardship in the country, amidst the insecurity, it feels, it feels sad that the president is. It sounds like he's been insensitive, taking a break. Other Nigerians, where did they get to go to after the whole things that are going on in the country, the inflation, the insecurity? If they want to take a break from the country, where do they go to?
Exactly.
Do they even have the ability to take these breaks? How much are they earning? Minimum wage has just been increased to 70,000. Not everywhere it has been implemented, but that 70,000, can you even afford you a visa? Can you afford you? These are the issues. So when you see your own president living large, I heard him say, everybody they manage Gary. All of us they manage Gary. You don't go solo one side. They chop fried rice. They chop jollof rice. It doesn't make any sense. Sometimes our leaders have to be in touch with the people. I think it's they live above the people. They don't feel the people's pulse. Okay. That's why they can set any law, any bill, increase tax, do whatever, and because they don't feel the people's pulse. People are actually suffering, and this is a wrong note. Yeah, president is traveling. He say he wants to go on vacation. Even if he say working vacation, it shows that he's been out of touch with the feelings of the people. It's not something that should be encouraged.
What's on the streets? They say if they explain Nigeria to you and you understand it, I think they did not explain it well to you. In my own opinion, I think this is not a right time for this kind of vacation. Amidst this insecurity, we have seen how the Northeast is battling with insecurity. I think this is not the right time for the president to be taking a vacation. Moving forward. Billing. While some boyfriends are dodging billing, federal government have found another way to bill business owners and Nigerians as a whole. Federal government makes tax.
Ensure that nobody escapes.
Everybody. You must touch everybody. Federal government makes tax identification mandatory for banking and allied service. Do you think, Mohammed, this is the right time to introduce such task?
Well, for a new tax for this is well, we've seen a lot of taxation from the federal government, but you can't really fault the government, because part of his mandate, during his campaign, he did mention there will be a lot of tax creation, taxes on different platforms. So Nigerians should have expected that, unless they really were not following up with the campaign and they just voted for the president, just because he's from my side, he's Yoruba, just because I was bribed and this and that. If that was the reason they voted for it, then I don't think they have any right to complain right now. But then if you really followed up with his mandates and all, you should know that, okay, these were things he promised beforehand. But then at the same time, we should understand that the government should also understand that just because they mentioned that they will do this does not mean they will do it in an insensitive form. We've been hit with different forms of tax reform since the beginning of his administration.
Within a short space.
Exactly, we've not recovered from this, we're moving on to this without much cushioning effect, like, okay, we're bringing this tax, therefore we should get this. I don't think personally, I don't think this is the right time. If anything, personally, I believe this should be coming in the second tenure, considering that we'll soon be going for general elections within less than 2 years right now left for the second general elections for the president to know whether he's coming back or we're having a new president. So I think he should suspend some of these, until we've recovered and we've adapted. Nigerians are good at adapting, with everything. We've seen it on social media when Nigeria say we adapt to suffering. But then at the same time, it just shows our resilience to be able to adapt to new reforms, to new policies that can also benefit us at the same time. So I think they should suspend some of these tax reforms until the next election. We mustn't do everything within the first 4 years. We can do it, expand it
We
within
can't
8 years.
compress everything.
Exactly. If he's doing well, we can come and vote for him for the second tenure and get the benefit of everything he's trying to get. So personally, I think you're creating new tax reform. You're enforcing tax on people. What have they seen so far to say that okay, we understand why you're giving us this? Because I believe a common man from a rural area, when you come to him right now and tell him that okay, the president has forced tax on everyone, both those on the petty areas and everybody, you have to pay tax. He might not even be getting something as common as water, pipe-borne water. So what are you taxing him for? Where is his money going to? Because, and at the same time, you also have to grab the scenario whereby those who come out, there's always people coming out to criticize the government in any instances like, what am I paying tax for? Even someone that's not paying tax. For example, now you see a taxi driver now complaining to you that he's paying tax. Well, what are they using taxpayers' money for? Someone that is not paying tax is complaining about tax.
But cut you short.
Okay.
Do you pay tax, Mohammed?
I have. I first paid my first tax this year. I had a brief contract with an NGO. I did a little bit of photography business for them. And to be very honest with you, to expose myself, when they mentioned payment of tax, I was shocked. I was like, me? Tax? Why? What am I doing? What am I paying for? Who am I paying the tax for? I'm still living with my parents and all that, so why am I paying tax? But then, they explained everything to me and then I made the research on it and I got to understand the reason for paying the tax and how much I'm paying, who is going to, and how it shapes my own, my photography brand and all. So I did understand, but then at the same time, there are a lot of people out there who don't really know much about the whole tax. And so I think the National Orientation Agency,
I think
Exactly.
Barry, well, like what he said, you see, he said they introduced him to the tax. It was a shocker for him because he was not expecting it. Don't you think the National Orientation Agency needs to do more of enlightening people
citizens
before the tax is implemented and even when the taxes that the tax have been implemented? Don't you think? What would you like to advise the National Orientation?
I feel like they should actually enlighten the citizens, because a lot of citizens don't know. They don't know what tax is used to do in the country. They don't know what tax does for they don't know that these taxes are used to build roads. They don't know that these taxes are used to get all the economic, all the social developmental reforms that they need. They don't know that it is taxpayers' money that are used to do these things. And when they come and then they are clamoring, we want this, so we want that, so you're not paying your tax. And this new system is to ensure that everybody actually pays tax, because there are several people who have been evading tax for years. Not every Nigerian is actually paying tax.
Yeah, and people are saying they want to live the way they go outside country and see the infrastructures. They want to
exactly.
like
This is something. Those people pay tax.
True.
They pay tax. You want what is obtained in abroad, and you want development that is obtained there. You need to pay your tax. These are the things that your tax are used to do. It makes your life easier. It gives government money to do everything that you need. That makes your life easier as the people. So do your job, pay your tax. Then it's left to the government to also do their part. So when you play your part, you can hold the government responsible. You can have this. You can beat yourself. I paid my tax. What have you done with these monies that we paid for tax? These are the issues. Once you do your part, then you have every moral ground to question and challenge the government.
Mohammed, the government said the tax identification number is going to be a medium for them to differentiate the bad apples and the good apples. Pursue API, pursue no DP. Do you think this is enough avenue for them to be able to differentiate?
Well, I think it is, and one way personally why I believe they could do this is the ones that are printing. We have the FIRS already and all. One way they could do this is they could start publicizing those who who evade tax payment, they are evading tax, and all the big companies, the big organizations, the big individuals, those who are earning large and then they are not paying these taxes. Because right now, I believe one of the worries of the common man is that all these policies are down to oppress or suppress the common man. It's against them. But then when they see that it's applicable to everyone, I believe we can have I believe the National Registry, they can do so much, like Barry mentioned, they can do so much in sensitizing the people. For example, if we're coming out to show how someone like Otedola is paying taxes, as the face of, or someone like Dangote was saying, okay, Dangote is earning this and this is what is paying in tax. When they see the huge amount is paid in tax, because tax is not something that is light. The higher you earn, the more tax you pay in numbers. So when you are getting 100,000 naira salary and you are being taxed probably like 5%, 6%, 7%, and then you hear how much that is in, like, when someone like Dangote that is earning in millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in naira, if you hear how much he's paying tax, perhaps that will question the numbers for you. Like, okay, since he is paying that much, I'm not even paying that much, and I'm going to enjoy the same thing he's enjoying when the government use this taxpayers' money to make a lot of infrastructure and this and that. Whatever road the government does, you would enjoy with a little percentage of tax that you're paying. Dangote that is also using the road is going to still enjoy that same privilege. So you're even enjoying the same privilege and you're not even earning the same amount with him. So I believe it's like part of the things that the government can do to cushion the effect, sensitize the people properly, like Barry mentioned, sensitize them properly that, okay, it's not just about the common man, but everyone in general is paying this tax. I know.
Thank you. Moving forward, amidst chaos, wahala in the north, wahala in the south, we have police versus Erufai. Kaduna State Police summons Erufai, like summon. Is it from heaven they are summoning him or from, I don't understand.
Maybe
Top, and not only Erufai, which is top ADC chieftains in Kaduna, saying here with the charges of him facilitating chaos in the state. Do you think this is a political move, a political stunt by the opposition party, or do you think this is really a threat?
Well, a small flashback. I remember when the headlines came on, where we had the AGC had an event in Kaduna. Yeah, just last week they had an event, and the next thing we heard was there was clash. There were even videos out there showing thugs infiltrating their meeting, and now it's not easy to say if it is politically motivated, but at the same time we have to look at the facts here. Some of the chiefs and some of the people present there and that were summoned, like you mentioned, whether it's from heaven or where, that were summoned to the police headquarters to explain the whole situation, said they never got that summon. They got to hear from social media. So that begs the question, are we now using social media to start to summon people? Are we using social media to summon people for serious offenses or crimes or allegations like this? It's really questionable. If it's really politically motivated from they themselves, then why were they not someone directly? You could send a physical hard copy, you could send an email.
Yes.
These are people who are public figures and all that. But then at the same time, if they were really responsible for it, it's really questionable, because you're trying to paint an image. El-Rufai was just the past governor of Kaduna State. So I don't think he will really put his hands in matters like this. And I believe if there were people who were actually responsible from within them, it's really a low blow on themselves. So we hope we'll be able to get to the truth of the matter. Personally, I do not think it's politically motivated. Yes, politics comes with events like this, but for someone who has been a past governor within his own states, that something like this happens, it's really scary. It's really questionable.
I was shocked, Mohammed, to see the video that was resurfacing last week. It shows thugs attacking the ADC people, not the other way around.
Exactly. So will they pay?
My knowledge,
exactly. They pay for it. It's very, very laughable. Actually, it's laughable because the story is a flipped script. So they are saying they paid people to come and attack them. It's funny, really.
And this is
kind of how does someone
how do I pay someone to attack me and I'm faced with
exactly
with all these kind of charges? It makes no sense. I think they should come off.
But we also have to consider, because we should just play a level playing field here. We have to consider that El-Rufai, just last week Sunday came out to complain about how the government pays bandits and all that. He made a lot of serious allegations, and he did say he had a lot of evidence and a lot of receipts
to present
exactly about all these things. So could this these are the issues.
No, maybe when the right time.
He mentioned he did mention it will be out at the right time, but when exactly is the right time? These are issues that are happening currently, presently. So the timing should really come to because if these allegations are true from El-Rufai to the Kaduna State government, we should see this evidence now, so that whatever the government is doing, we'll be able to openly judge that, okay, this is what we know, this is what we know, therefore this is the result. But then we don't really know much. Hopefully we believe the police is an independent body that would be able to come do their investigation and come out with the truth, and we hope they'll share us the truth.
Thank you, Barry. Malam Nasiru, he criticized the police action as unconstitutional. For them to invite him, it's unconstitutional, and he said he's not.
Summoned.
Yeah, he said they summoned him like a father summoning. You understand the level of. Thank you. He said it's unconstitutional, and he's not coming, and he's going to press the matter to court. Do you think that was a good move by him?
He has his reasons at the end of the day, but I think for him, I think he had to show himself at the end of the day to prove beyond reasonable doubt that he's not, complicit to he's not complicit to these allegations and everything. He had to come and clear his name. If he needed to do that to clear his name, why not, really? But I don't know. Everybody has their reasons. He may have his reasons for saying, oh, I'm not going to show up, I'm not going to come through and say this. But I feel he should come through, say his side of the story. If he needs the thing to be recorded so that the stories are not flipped and everything, he could do that as well.
Like we saw last week, Mohammed, when the talks attacked the ADC, there was law enforcement agencies there.
Exactly.
Do you think he's scared because the law enforcement agency did not do the right thing? He feels like they are not competent enough for them to carry on this case.
I even feel like they are even trying to. He may feel that they are trying to victimize him.
Yeah, I think personally that's what I think.
He is a victim of this. At best, they are just supposed to call him, to share his side of the story and narrate what happened. And I believe they were there. The security forces were there. They saw firsthand what had happened and everything. So I don't think that any form of narration would be necessary, because the police officers present on duty should have been able to narrate, okay, this is basically what happened at the event, knowing fully well that, okay, there are no backdoor stories to these events. Okay, if they suspect that there are backdoor stories, then they are summoning him, so to speak, was required and everything. But these are the issues. I feel he should just go, see what it's about. It's national security we're talking about here. So if they feel, and allow the police to do their job. Do you understand? I feel Nigerian politicians have felt that they are above the law for so long. It is the job of the police to question you, like to demand and summon you for questioning in light of these cases, and it's for you to come there and clear your name at the end of the day.
But Barry, we've seen how the police, we've seen several instances where someone is taken to the police station and the due process is not followed, because there's illegal bail, somebody who committed the crime, but the person that committed the crime has more influence than the other person, and he gets to walk out of that case. Do you think this is the case, this is the scenario Marlon is scared of?
So the question you're asking basically is that do I think that the present government is complicit in this particular case? Is that yes. The question? At the end of the day, I don't know.
Do you think there will be equal justice in the case?
The justice at the end of the day too, I don't know. It's left to them. We believe in the police force. We believe in you. This is us now giving you blind faith. We trust in you to do the right thing.
After all, the police is our friend.
They're supposed to be our friend.
Before you enter police station. Moving forward, President Tinubu directs immediate review of security operations in Katsina, pushes for state police. I understand, Mohammed, President Tinubu wants to bring the end of insecurity, but do you think state police is what we need right now?
This is a very questionable move, So far, what have we seen, with state police? What the police we have presently, national police that we have, the military forces and all, are they well funded? Do they have the equipment they need to operate? Do they have a working structure that is helping them?
Because as the streets may say, it's now who chop belle food, they give another person.
Exactly. So why are we breaking this down into bits and pieces before we even, I do understand the need, for state police in here. To a high extent, people who are from a community, a society, might perform a job better than someone coming from outside. We've tried the outside police here,
in the
and
south.
exactly, and
It's
we've seen how it
working.
worked for them. Rather than always having vigilantes partnering up with the armed forces, with the police within a state, within a society. And these people are not really orthodox because they don't really have a code of conduct. They don't have ethics that they operate on. They just do what they do. They know what they know. Is their knowledge that we're picking. So I believe creating a state police might help in the sense that these are people who have experience. These are people who
They are
know the
familiar
pain
with the
exactly with the environment. These are
Yes.
people who have experience. They know the pain that their people are going through, so they might perform better. And yeah, I'll give you the advantages here. We'll be having job creations. We'll be having I believe an effective form
Policing.
of policing within the society. These are people who understand their people better. It's commendable, but then we should not just jump into it. We should have our research. I believe the president should be making a recommendation, and then those in charge should look into it, come up with a structure that would not be faulty at the same time, that will work. If this is what is good for Katsina, we're tired of the bloodshed, we're tired of the killings, we're tired of the unrest, we're tired of communities not feeling safe, we're tired of people not feeling at home.
Because you are from Katsina, right?
Exactly.
Katsina is one of the places I'm sure have suffered a very heavy number of insecurity.
True.
Because I'm citing their local governments that like Safana, Kankara. Kankara is where they stole that, where they kidnapped those children. So we think for Funtua along, because for you to go to Gusau.
Oh no, I'll correct you. Funtua is safe. Funtua is safe.
It's because it's your local government. That's why you have to.
I know it.
But
So I will tell you it is safe.
At the moment,
That's
one of the most dangerous routes to be on is the Funtua Gusau road. It's a very.
True.
Do you think right now, with the community policing that the president is trying to introduce, do you think this is to show that we are having a deficit in our armed forces?
Exactly. Like I was mentioning earlier, why are we creating state police when the resources that will be used in creating the state police and all should be channeled towards the already armed forces that we have, the already police that we have to fight all these discrepancies that we're having in Katsina State and other states. But then at the same time, I do understand the need for it. Let us have a proper structure. If we're going to state police, we're saying this is it. Are we going for it temporarily or are we going for it permanent? If it is permanent, we should have a working structure for it. I believe this is something that can give us easy results or quick results that would last for long, because we might not have the numbers when it comes to the general police and the armed forces, but then if we're having state policing, these are people, like I mentioned, who are indigents of these states. They are willing to protect their state. They are willing to, so they will fish out these things where someone might have the interest and all, but then before they can go through the whole process of going through applying for the police academy or applying for recruits, going through the process, and they might not even be posted to this particular state. But these are people who know their interest. If they are applying from their states, joining these forces, I believe we'll be seeing positive results.
And also, adding to that, the Zamfara state government governor recently, he just talked about knowing where these bandits are, knowing that they are here and everything, but not having the resources to combat them. So that basically he came out plain to say, we know who these people are, we know where they are, but basically he came out and said the restraint is that he does not have the resources, he does not control the military forces there in the states and everything. He does not have, right? So yes, when we have the state police, at least he can be able to command the state police, right, to go about tackle these issues before they become bigger security issues and at last that threaten the security of the state as well. So it's a commendable thing.
There's a long process that comes with
Yes.
applying for a security forces within your own state. You have to go through a chair or the search from outside to send you troops.
Yes.
So
it's
probably
a lot of bureaucratic measures and everything. We just want to skip all that and ensure that the citizens of the state are safe at the end of the day.
Sure.
Thank you, Barry, on that. But in my own addition, I think state policing is a double-edged sword. Don't you think, on the other hand, it will be used as a political tool of control for the government? Even if the governor, yes, it might be. On the other hand, it might be used to tackle insecurity. But don't you think, on the other hand, it's going to be used as a political tool of control for the governor?
Yeah, it's what we say in politics. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. There is no point where power does not get to corrupt. But it is our faith that basically our politicians do not abuse the power, because there's going to be a place for abuse. There's
Because
a place where
to cut you short, you see, in the issue of state policing, okay, the governor has the total control of state police. If you criticize him, he can use
he
his
can
state
use them
police and
as
pick
his
you up
henchmen.
because he has control of them. So don't you think that's going to be a problem?
It will be a problem. That's the thing. It will be a problem if things and laws are not instituted to checkmate these things, because that is why we have checks and balances in the government. Basically, these checks and balances are done to checkmate the powers of the executive and everything. So basically, you get to see laws which says that, okay, the president, the governor has no right to say the police should do this or to do that, because we saw in, like, this concern is very, very valid, because we saw in, was it Benue or which state, where the governor was saying that Peter Obi is banned from coming, like,
Exactly.
it's the effrontery, banned from coming to the state, and that anything he sees, he should take it. So imagine that one is weaponized with state policing, what he would do with the might of the police in his arsenal. So it's these are the issues, right? Where we look forward to better governance, we look forward to better leadership, but also effective policies, that combat and checkmate these issues, and also a stronger judicial system. Because this guy has done this, he came out and said this, but there's no hearing, about misuse of power and everything. There's no calling him to order and everything. The assembly speaking to him, we're just saying yes, may up and down. Our system needs to work better so that we can get the best service that we can get from government, enjoy governance in this country.
Thank you. Hopefully, with the contribution of the fake Mohammed and Barry to the world, I hope this message reaches the federal government and the state government, and they do the needful. Moving on, that's all today for politics.
Yes.
And we're moving on to finance. When we talk about finance, we talk about money. And when we talk about money, that's a language everybody understands.
True.
True.
Today, should I say, within the week, we are ending the week with a good news. The Nigerian naira has appreciates against the US dollars, and the Nigerian naira sells at 1,540 against the US dollar. Do you think, Mohammed, this is a reason for imports to get cheaper?
Well, considering how this is it. It depends. It depends. Having been a hard dollar now, I don't know what I would say. I might say I do not want it to, but then I do not. But on a more serious note, though, we have to consider the fact that these people who import things from outside, they pay in dollar. They paid when the dollar was higher. The dollar was higher than the naira. And then if you're having this sudden increase in naira appreciating over the dollar, we should consider that the price that they bought those products from, exactly, they would have to sell them before they can import new products. If they import new products, those products should be at the lower price. But the one on their hand, they would have to sell them out. And for this to happen, my belief is that the dollar has to remain at its present value in its appreciative form before. It has to be stable. Exactly, it has to be stable. We can't just be celebrating temporary.
Basically, you're trying to say we let us know that it's permanent.
Exactly,
or temporary.
Exactly. They should work hard in keeping it at this level or even lower. Yes. If we're getting it lower, perhaps it will even motivate. We are patriotic Nigerians. We have to put the spirit of patriotism out there. If it's going lower and lower, the economy is getting better. I believe these are people that could be persuaded, to, because the government can even slash the prices of commodities in the market when we're having a stable naira value. But then at the same time, if it is temporary, then I do not see any reason why these people have to reduce the price of their goods and services just because it has a temporary, increase. So yeah.
This being a good news, Barry, do you think this is enough reason for Nigerians to gain confidence in the naira?
I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I don't know, really. I don't know, because Nigerian naira is shaky. It's not stable. Like you said, it's not stable. One day is here, one day is here, one day is here. You can't. Basically, it's not a victory we can actually celebrate with our full chest, because we don't know what by tomorrow it can change. These are the issues. We don't have a stable naira. He was talking about it. We don't have stable, so we can't really celebrate it. And he was talking. I just wanted to add a few points. He talked about people, selling off the ones they had bought with the previous naira to dollar rates and everything. But this inflation rate that happened as a result of dollar prices and everything, the inflation rates, we only see things going up. You don't come down. The law of gravity does not apply in Nigeria. What goes up must come.
But not in Nigeria.
Not in Nigeria. Once it has gone up, it stays up. We don't see the price, the dollar rate affecting in the prices of things. Okay, the dollar to naira rate has increased. Okay, this one has increased, this one has increased. Okay, now that it has dropped, has the prices dropped? Yes, we understand that, because I had a customer. Let's bring it down to normal terms. I had a customer that was selling hairs and everything. So there was a dollar drop, the naira gained value against the dollar, and before you know it, she sold the hair cheaper to me. I was surprised, because I went outside and it was still that same price.
You were
I was
thinking it was fake.
I was surprised, because it is hard to find Nigerians who will use that particular new price and stick to it, and okay, the price will drop. I was surprised that the price could drop. Not in Nigeria. It's something I was not. It's a foreign phenomenon in Nigeria. Once prices go up, they stay up, and Nigerians, and that is it, the greed mentality. Be honest with yourself. You are complaining the government is doing this, the government is doing that. What are you doing to your fellow citizens? Are you making life easier for your fellow citizens? You are saying, the government and naira rate is this, naira rate is that, and everything. But your fellow Nigerians, you are cheating them, you are robbing them. You bought this, you are not truthful. You bought this thing at a cheaper price. Why shouldn't it also reflect in the price that you are selling it?
True.
So these are the issues. I would call Nigerians to be better citizens. In ways that we call for better leadership. We should be better citizens at the end of the day. Be our brother's keeper.
Mohammed, I think you'd have $1 for me after the show. Do you have any dollar for me?
Which one, the old dollar or the new dollar?
Oh, there's I would want $1 for me to enjoy myself this weekend. But I have a problem, Mohammed.
Okay.
I personally went to buy sugarcane. And the sugarcane seller, the price was up. I asked him, it was different from the price I used to buy. He told me that the reason the sugarcane is up is because of dollar. What is the correlation between dollar and sugarcane?
Perhaps his sugarcane is imported. Where did you buy? Was it in a shopping mall?
If it was, I wouldn't even be bothered.
Okay.
What are the factors that makes this guy to complain? What is the correlation?
The only
as he said to me, he said the fuel price of him transporting it from farm to what does that mean? What do you think?
This just shows you how one thing affects them. Just like dominoes. Once one drops, all the others fall in place also. So this is just a reflection. If he's selling sugarcane, doesn't really have anything to do with the price of dollar, or if it is ingrown and all that. But then you have to also consider that this sugarcane seller is selling this sugarcane for a particular reason. Why? To feed, to shelter himself, to clothe himself. And if the price of feeding, clothing, and shelter is being affected by the price of dollar, definitely is going to affect the price of his own commodity, even though it's homemade here, it's planted here, it's being sold here and all that. Remember, he has to also match up with the price of the dollar for other commodities he has to purchase. So he has to find a balance. If the price of dollar has gone up and then the price of food, imported food that he's going to purchase has also gone up, he cannot be selling the same 100 naira sugar cane for it at 100 naira. Exactly. So he has to find a balance. Even if it is not going to match up with the price of other commodities, no, he finds where the balance. This is why we know we have to have the price regulation committee. This is where they have to step in, they have to step up. And also partner, with the National Orientation Agency to show that, okay, if the dollar has gone up, they should also tell us, because this goes beyond, it's not just a small commodity. Sugarcane is not just a small commodity. They should tell us, probably in the news headlines for the day that, okay, the dollar is at present this price, and this is the price of foreign commodities or imported commodities. Therefore, the price of homegrown commodities like sugarcane should be within this price. So if any sugarcane seller is selling sugarcane for at this price, this is the reason why, and you should report this particular sugarcane seller. And others, this is why, the whole identification thing is very important. Just the way we're having a lot of tax reforms, a lot of, we're introducing, tax identification and all for it. A sugarcane seller should also be paying tax, should have a tax identification number and identity. Therefore, you can, report someone, if he's paying tax, we will know how to identify him and all.
Yes, and then, just add to that, a food content creator in Ghana recently came to Lagos, and then she found this strange, that you can bargain the price of tomato, tomato can be this price here and this other price another place. And then she was like, it's not the same in Ghana, that there is a fixed price for everything. So this is something that works in our neighboring country here.
I think you mean
yes, they have a regulated market. I was just adding to that. They have this is the same thing that you can find in just Ghana. Ghana of where? Ghana where our jollof rice sweet pass. So it's something that, so that means it shows that it can be done.
True.
So the government should also look towards doing that. It will be better for the average Nigerian citizen.
Yeah. Thank you. That's enough good news on dollar. And now that's all we have for you on finance. Moving over to Barry, where she takes us down what's trending on the train of entertainment. Over to you, Barry.
On this episode of entertainment, we start with violence. We begin
from good
in
news
the
to
name of
violence.
violence.
Thank God it's Friday. Let us go into the weekend peacefully.
We begin with violence, and it starts with the police arresting female students for assault. So now this incident happened in Enugu University, Federal University students in Bayelsa State. Now this is the story. This girl has an ex-boyfriend. Basically, she had an ex-boyfriend.
So we are trying
girl.
The whole fight is because of man. Hey.
Well, they see my gender. They shame me anyhow, left, right, and center. So this particular girl had an ex-boyfriend, and another chick just said, okay, I want to go on and date this particular guy and everything. And then she found out and called two other girls to come and beat. They took her to a room, locked it, and beat the living. And if she came out, she looked brand new. She looked Chinese with the Sharingan eyes.
A whole different
she looked like a different. She looked very, very brand new. If you saw her before, you will not recognize. Before and after is very, very clear. And it is very funny. I find it very funny because why do my gender keep disgracing me? Why do they keep taking laws into?
This is Becky.
I don't understand. And I heard that it's not her current boyfriend. It's her ex. For crying out loud.
So they are no more together. But she has the impression that she owns him. He cannot date another girl. Or what does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know. There's this guy code, girl code thingy. I'm not understanding.
So much for women supporting women.
Like, do you understand? And then going on, we found out that, okay, this incident was reported to the police. But for some reason, one person who is above the law, because she knew somebody that is in power, they let her go and the friends. And then, social media influencers came up and were like, they're not going to agree. Which one be say you go leave, you go let them go for what? And then
the law does not imply to everybody.
Do you understand? So that social media influencers lent their voice to the whole issue, and this issue was revisited, and then the police arrested them again, and for this whole issue. What do you have to say about this? Is it that the law is only applicable to the people who are poor, and then the people who are rich are above the law? And then does that mean that if these people didn't come out to speak on this issue, she wouldn't have gotten justice? This particular girl wouldn't have gotten justice. What do you think about this?
Well, we have to reaffirm the fact that nobody is above the law. Nobody is above the law.
Nobody.
But then I also want to wedge in on the issue on this angle. There's this saying on social media whereby they say, you as a poor man's child, you as a Lapo baby, you are following Nepo baby to smoke. when things will get out of hand, the Nepo baby is going to rehab. Why you be left on the streets to roam like a madman?
You'll be chasing us
exactly.
Up and down,
so we are the ones that will be suffering what you're doing. So I think this also reflects that you shouldn't do things with the class of people you are not also at. I'm saying nobody's above the law.
Exactly.
So just because someone has a connection to get herself out of the situation does not mean you also have that connection to get yourself out of that situation. We should all be law-abiding citizens in the first place. We shouldn't hang around with the wrong type of people. We shouldn't hang around with the wrong crowd of people, peer pressure and all that. Because tell me why, in the first place, even if he was her present boyfriend, why are you putting him out in the relationship of someone else's relationship? Talk more of ex. You know how degrading, how foolish you sound as a person to say, I went to beat my friend's ex-boyfriend's new babe. Can you see the long chain of it? It's not even linking. It's not clicking at all. It's not clicking at all. So people should stay safe out there. Be law-abiding citizens, and the law applies to everybody. the law is not restricted to just the poor people, the Lapo people, and not the Nepo people. It applies to everyone. We'll see. I hope we'll see justice, and we're happy. You know, people on social media came out and, you know, they spoke about it, and the police supervised it. But then for next time,
that's a good side of the social media.
Exactly.
You know, that's one of the good sides.
Exactly.
Social justice as well.
Standing for each other. And, you know, the police shouldn't have even dropped the case. The judiciary should not have dropped the case in the first place just because someone knows someone. That girl deserves justice without the call of the social media, people on social media in the first place. So we hope to see more justice being meted out for, you know, outrageous crimes like this.
And so, KB, I wanted to ask you, you know, social media influencers, a particular social media influencer asked her to, you know, pursue charges against these girls. Do you think she should, you know, pursue, because she had been battered? That is a case of physical assault, and it's something that, you know, beyond reprimanding from the police and the sentence and everything, should they be charged to court and sued accordingly?
I think, in my opinion, the issue of getting physical with anybody should be a no-go area. Because what if when they were beating her, unfortunately she died?
True.
That's another angle you should
True.
look for. So I think definitely they should be. It's not. They should be. All of them are above 18. I'm sure. So I think they are entitled to get whatever justice has been placed upon them. They should be taken to court
and be charged for the
yes,
crimes that they committed.
Because if this matter does not get proper justice, this is they are showing a picture to others to repeat this same instance.
True.
Now that's very serious, because we talk about precedents. You know, if this particular person does this and gets away with it, other people will do it, you know, and get away with it, because knowing fully well that, you know, there is no form of justice. You know, you can do it and actually get away with it. So that's I believe in this justice for her. At the end of the day, justice for her. Speaking on justice, Obi Kubana came out and talked about. He came and shared his own view about rituals, money rituals. He came and gave his whole hot takes. Like, people should desist from it, and they don't exist. And like, basically, desist from it. And then, in the light of what the Anambra State Governor said, you know, and he said that he banned all these spiritualists, DBRs and everything. He banned them. He said that, you know, if the best way to find God is by yourself, go and find God by yourself. All these, that they are fond of scamming people, you know, they are fond of scam people, that the DBRs that have not gotten money for themselves, the God that have not given, I mean, they're supposed to be the most wealthiest people.
Just like the words on the streets. Now, which of belefu they give another person?
Exactly.
How, in my opinion, because how can you go to a herbalist telling you to bring 200K and a ram when he's going to show you dolls that are going to make money? Somebody that's going to show you dolls, what's he looking for 200K to do? So I think that was a good move. And Obi Kubana, that was a very commendable, because I think a few months ago we complained that all they do is just come on social media and show wealth. How about they use their platform in order to advocate for good and teach people what is right? Because we've seen how money ritual has become we've seen cases of there are even people sacrificing their mothers, because I think that's the extent of it. They tell you to sacrifice somebody. We've seen how bad
it has gotten. It has. So I mean, it's deplorable. I don't know. He said rituals do not exist, but we know they exist. So we know
they definitely exist.
They exist, and then we see, despite the fact that they work. I'm not encouraging that, but we have seen that they actually work. Right? People do these things and they actually get money from unknown sources, and then they just become rich overnight, right? So I don't know. I think him talking about this issue, is he trying to negate what already exists? Because we heard some rumors before that his wife got sick, and then he used his wife for rituals and everything.
Nigerian,
and it's a common practice in the eastern part of the nation, you know, speculations and everything. It's a common practice in the eastern. So is he trying to, you know, say that, okay, negate that, okay, this thing does not exist because of it, to protect himself, or what? What do you think about it?
You know, starting from on a lighter note, you know, the Kanayo thing we've seen in movies, where there are several movies of Kanayo being pushed to an edge. You know, this all has to do, you know, with poverty, trying to get money, get rich quick. we've seen, again, an example of the kind of whole scenario where he has branded an image in the movie, in the Nollywood movie scene about making money via ritual. In movies, what we've seen, he had abject poverty, and then the quickest way he had to make money was through rituals. And we've seen scenarios whereby he didn't even need the rituals. He was, modestly living, but then he wanted more money, and then he went for rituals. And situations whereby he was in a situation whereby he was poor, he was not contented with his situation. He had seen people having so much money, and he doesn't just fathom how it's possible for a person, a single individual, to have so much money. So he went into rituals and do that. So I think it's really commendable what Obi Kubana came out to do. He's someone we know with an outrageous amount of money, with the clubbing lifestyle, social media lifestyle. It might push youngsters to believe, to adopt an ideology of trying to make money quick, and which was pushes them to the whole ritual thing. And like you mentioned, there are speculation that most of these ritual things occur in the East, where people try to make money quick, and then there are a lot of gurus and native doctors out there that are trying to cash out on people's ignorance and say, okay, you want this, come for this. I don't really have been an issue if all they were sacrificing was rams, goats, chicken. But then this is exactly humans. We have seen a lot of cases whereby people's organs have been harvested, and in some cases this is not even ritual; it's actually organ harvesting. Harvesting people's kidneys. We know how much kidney is out there in the market. Harvesting working livers and all that. So these are the money. This is the money that when they sell, they begin with you, and then you think it's actual ritual money. But no, these are people's lives you are losing. If it's all about kidney and liver, why are you not getting a goat's liver, a goat's kidney, and all that? So this is something that is very alarming. I believe it's a good corporate social responsibility from Obi Kubana, to sensitize the youths in the East and in Nigeria as a nation as a whole, to know that it's not all about rituals. It's good he's gone, because some of these people, we believe they got their money out of nowhere. They're making money from thin air, but that's not the case. It's from hard work. Why are we not accusing someone like Elon Musk for rituals? Why are we not accusing Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos for rituals? I believe it's an African thing, so people should learn how to work hard, how to strive, get their own money. It takes time. It takes due process for you to achieve this. Sometimes you might feel like giving up, but please do not do that. Stay focused. You can also be the next or bigger Obi Kubana in this situation.
Okay, so speaking on the get rich quick scheme, that is be plaguing Nigerians. Everybody wants to get money. Everybody wants to make it fast. Everybody wants to do without the due process. Plunging our youth into Yahoo, G1, and then G plus. At the end of the day, what do you have to say to the average Nigerian youth who is looking for how to get rich? Where does hard work come in, and how do we promote, the value of hard work to the average Nigerian? How do you promote that to the average Nigerian?
Come, my fellow Nigerians, you see, one of the things I would love to emphasize on is hard work. There's nothing like get rich quick scheme. That's what it's in the process of get rich quick scheme. That's how you get involved in this money ritual and all this stuff. Sure. I think I want to promote hard work, integrity. Money is not made fast. If you see the life of this Obi Kubana, if you look at him 10, 15 years ago, you'd see he's not what he is today. He was not nobody that was known. Dangote 60 years ago, he was nobody. Dangote, when he started, let me bust your head. Do you know he was refining groundnut oil, but today he's into bigger oil, crude oil.
True.
So
very
but oil is oil.
Exactly.
Oil is oil. Nice. So I think I want to tell the Nigerians to be patient and believe in whatever you do. Integrity is one of the biggest things a man, anybody must hold.
True.
Hard work, patience. But the issue of money ritual, Yahoo is not the way out.
Sure.
I think is so I'm advising Nigerians to really get out of this whole stuff. Sure. Barry, carry us on.
Okay, so on to our next story. That's a very, very good take, basically. The value of hard work. Hard work pays. School no be scam.
Skills are not a scam either.
Skills are not a scam. Get a skill. Get a working skill and everything.
Nobody got rich overnight. So
nobody.
It's a gradual process.
Get a skill, and everything plays out. Everything plays out for you. Whether it's a skill in football, you see we're getting to sports very soon. Let's not rush ourselves. To the next story, we see Uche Maduagu apologizes to Male Edochie over unpleasant remarks. So we've seen over the time, Uche Maduagu has always had hot takes to say about May and Yul Edochie. May, basically, May Edochie, Yul Edochie's first wife and everything. So he has always had hot takes. He's always saying controversial things, and then he's coming out, to apologize. Could it be because of her May's new trend of slamming lawsuits to everybody left, right, and center, and him saying that, okay, before lawsuits, which is my side, make I just apologize before everything. What do you have to say about that?
Nigerians are very funny because I think Nigerians have the ability of putting their mouths in things that does not really concern them. And you see, on this issue, maybe he was scared because I've seen when I was reading, she has been slamming people lawsuits from north, east. You said, bah, everybody, your hand must touch everybody. So I think he did the right thing by running and being fast to go and apologize. And but I think it should be better had he did not even involve himself in their conversation. So I think Nigerians and him in general should abstain from this kind of thing because he does not really know. There's two sides of the coin. He does not know the full story, but he has already jumped into conclusions and starts saying things about her. So I think she did the right thing. More jump for court. Honestly,
if you have mouth to talk, no jam for talk. No time for long
There's
talk.
no long. Let's go and share you have mouth. Let's go to court. So I think she did the right thing, and himself, he did the right thing by running to go and apologize before he collected.
For hand touch him.
Hand go touch him.
Hand go touch him, definitely. And I wanted to ask this question. Vicky James recently, she came out and talked about the effects of social media, and what it had on her marriage and everything. And then she talked about, people coming out to give different hot takes, different derogatory remarks. And does having a social media account give you the right to say a lot of nonsense against someone? Does that give you the right to make someone go to bed sad? Because I think in the NYSC, I will not make someone go to bed, sad and everything. There was this mantra that they told us to say and everything. I will not let someone go to bed sad. Does that any form of morality, like? Do you know that your word affects people? Do you realize that these celebrities, they are human beings as well? Does that take away your ability to feel empathy? Do you just see anything just because you want to get the quickest likes, you want to be in the news, or you just want to drop hot takes? What do you have to say about that?
I believe I believe everyone has a fault here because these celebrities bring out their lives on social media. While I do understand they are celebrities, they are public figures and all, and they want to, entertain their followers, they want to entertain those who like them, and there are certain things you should keep private. Your marriage life and all that, you can keep it privately. When things started going south for Male Edochie, sorry, I'm not Igbo, so I don't have the Igbo, but
yes.
I believe they were bringing all their problems online for people to comment, situations whereby she was locking him outside when he came back late. She believed she was cheating and whatnot. She was locking him out, and then whenever he had an issue, also her previous husband, he would also bring his online, and this is what gives people they feel like they have the right to comment. Yes, if it was your friend, a casual friend, good and fine. Social media brings people to a feeling to a situation where they feel like they are close, like they know each other personally, and they really don't. How I would comment as we're friends, and probably you bring an issue for me about your marriage, how I would comment will be different from how someone online will comment. I know you better. Someone online doesn't really know you better. They only know what they perceive as reality of what you post. Exactly. So they might believe that they have a right to say something in that situation, but they really don't. It's just like how I remember Denzel Washington was advising. I've forgotten the name of a very popular Hollywood star. He was like, there's a difference between Broadway and TV. Broadway being stage plays and whatnot. He said those who perform on stage, people don't really have as much access to them as they have with Hollywood stars. Because Hollywood stars, you can watch them on your TV, you can watch them on your phone. You feel like you have a personal connection. So when you see them on the streets, you'll be really so happy and feel so casual, probably to approach them. But if it's a Broadway star, you only see that person on stage. You might not see them for months and all that. So a level of privacy, these celebrities should understand a level of privacy is important also in their lives. Know what they are bringing out there. Not everything has to be there, for public consumption.
Social media does not forget.
Exactly.
It does not forget.
When you're posting about your happy moments, remember sad moments do occur. Fortunately or unfortunately, they do occur.
It's part of
And
life.
the same energy people gave to you when you're being happy, it was the same energy they might return when you're being sad, and they might comment some things you might not like. So we should learn how to filter what goes out there.
But on Mary Doche's case, it was the husband that brought their dirty laundry to public, and she had been quiet throughout. And people on social media have, remarked her to be mature about the whole situation, because he has been looking for clicks, looking for likes, he and his newfound bae and everything. And moving on to our story, speaking of him, and we're seeing that he and his what was that again? We see that he and his wife and everything, we're hearing rumors about their divorce and all of them breaking up and everything. What do you have to say about it? No, because he has brought out he will come out today and say this, everything that we know about May and Yu's life, or about his new relationship with Judy and everything. We know against our will. Really, we know all
They
these things.
forced it down.
He basically forced it down their throat, and then people are saying that this whole sparks of rumors of them separating, because of he's posting one quote. Because all this kind of funny quotes when you know that you're not together again. Marriage is not for the weak. This one, that one. What do you have to say about it again? Do you think it is real, or it's just him trying to be in the spotlight again?
I think the way you tagged it as a rumor, would leave it as a rumor, but whatever it's between them, I think they should be able to adjust. They should be able to take care of it without bringing it again to the internet. So I think we'll leave it as a rumor since it's not official. But we'll leave it as that.
So okay. Suji. Sujimoto has been declared wanted by the EFCC. That's why we don't need to spend so much time now on that story. We don't forget Uncle Suji. Sujimoto has been declared wanted by the EFCC, and the EFCC declares that this tycoon
You must
and
pronounce
I'm
it.
Yoruba.
Yeah, Yoruba. You must pronounce it.
Can you imagine?
You must.
Can you imagine? EFCC, you have to arrest her for this also.
Olasijibomi. My
Yoruba
glass is no straight. Olasijibomi Suji wanted for alleged money laundering and diversion of funds. Now this man is from Ogun State and everything, so he has been alleged to have laundered money, and yes, and then this, so he has been alleged to launder money, and EFCC has put out, wanted, like what we see in the movies. This guy is wanted, and then it sparks a question in Nigeria: is it going to be like the other wanted cases? Because other people have been wanted, no prosecution. We never see them,
and they've been working free on the street.
Somebody has, according to Daniel Rega, according to no, just wait. I even have facts, and Nigerians are even calling names now. Really, Nigerians are calling names. Daniel Rega came out and he said that Yahaya Bello has married his fourth wife. He came out on social media and he was calling these guys his legislator, and then saying that they should go and be yes men. The president legislature and saying that they should,
Assembly.
And then they are saying be yes men. Whatever this the governor says, say yes.
Even if you don't understand.
Even if you don't understand, you vote yes and everything. This was on social media. We know. They said this guy is wanted. Is he hiding? Is he in a place that they cannot locate him? Because he is there on the social media glaring. That means people know his whereabouts, because the legislators, if they don't know, if the EFCC don't know where he is, at least the legislators know. And then we also see the Rega also reminding the FCC, because he said that I will resign if. He said that he will resign if what they call it, Yahaya Bello is not being just, but 4 years now. As in, do you understand? Is it 4 years now?
2 years.
2 years now. How far? You've not resigned.
So maybe there's no pen and paper in the office for him to write his resignation. So I don't know.
Because we are expecting. I don't understand. He said that he will resign. We have not seen the resignation letter. What is going on?
And Yahaya is still
don't
working
finish
freely.
for your pen.
And Yahaya is still working freely.
He's working freely. So what do you have to say about this? Is this another wanted situation?
In my opinion, this is a shame to the ego. That's what they call themselves, by the ego. Because how will you, we've seen an instance where you post a man being wanted and all of a sudden he's making a meeting in his house. We've not had any feedback for how many months we've heard about this story. Yahaya Bello, this, Yahaya Bello. This is a man that you people have not we've not had the end of this situation. So is this the same case with Sujimoto? Is
Said
this
the
the same case?
question.
Is this the same case we are going to have? And you see, Sujimoto is a real estate tycoon. He's a
So to
very big
speak.
man in real estate. So as we know, he's a very big man in real estate. What if, in my own opinion, this is not, they are making an allegations again, but him too, since there's an allegation on you, then you should come out and clear yourself.
This,
You should come out. What do you think, Mohammed? I think if there's an allegation, if I accuse you of something, then you come out and clear the air. Not you stay in hiding.
Well,
To the
you
extent
know,
that there's your flyers flying around to be a wanted criminal.
perhaps because the picture of him they use on the wanted poster is a very fine picture, so he has nothing to come and defend. He feels like he was not properly, he was properly represented.
Yeah.
Perhaps if they used an ugly or a throwback picture of him, he would have come, you know, even if not for the allegation, for
The
his picture to be
atrocity.
changed. Exactly. But he a very fine picture. But on a more serious note, I think kudos to the EFCC for what they do properly, but then at the same time, you know, there are also rumors and, you know, allegations and evidence, you know, of them doing some things in an unorthodox form. Like, probably he's assuming if he goes there now, he's not going to be treated fairly. He was not going to get justice as intended. They might frame him for other things and whatnot. Probably that is what he's scared of. We can't really say. So hopefully Sujimoto, you know, answers to their call for his own image, you know, not to tarnish his own image. Go and clear his name so that the EFCC can offer an apology if he's, you know, not guilty, and if he's guilty, he
But,
should.
But we saw Suji in this thing. There's a
South
sponsored
Africa.
ad. No, first the sponsored ad popped up of
This
Suji
morning.
Motors today. So yes, is it that you don't know where
Or
he?
are they aiding him for an advert? So
So
we are here
probably-
Sujimoto, and if you see the advert, you think, this person, I have to find out who this person is. Probably they're doing free ads for him.
Yes.
But in my opinion, I think I have an addition to the FCC. I think they need to work better on their mode of operations, because we've seen how if it's a Yahoo boy or somebody now, they would have jumped on his fence.
The Igbo and
Now,
Yahoo
yes,
boy,
we've seen
best
instance
friends.
where the EFCC, we said they only chase Yahoo boys. Every day if you enter their handle, they've caught 10 Yahoo boys here. They will fly fence to go and arrest somebody. Well, as if around 2 o'clock in the night. So, like, are you going to chase Bello Turiji 2 o'clock in the night? And I think honestly, I'll commend them. They do a good job.
True.
But coming online to post somebody, now you see, even if he was not on the run, now he knows they are looking for him. He will be, I think this is something that they can collaborate with the DSS if they want to know where he is. This is an easy task for them to know where he is, rather than coming online to show. Because now, if I'm a criminal and I'm guilty, I'm not saying Suji is guilty and I'm posted on, I will be on the run.
True.
This is something that they can do on the low. They don't have to come and publicize it. We're looking for him. You know how to get to him. But now, if he's guilty, he will be on the run. So honestly, I think the FCC can do better.
True.
Yeah. On that issue, you know, EFCC is always fond of following Yahoo boys and it. Is it economic and Yahoo boys?
Crime
Right,
Commission.
Crime Commission, or is it
Well, you know, considering how they are also having a war, you know, against cyber crimes and all. That's why, and you know, we have a lot of yeah, but you know, this is the honest truth. Socially, we know we live with some of these people. We have them as neighbors. We see them, and we know how much of a menace they are. And it's not, if had it been probably they were just a menace within the country, it would have been probably an issue that they will know how to tackle them. But then the issue of Yahoo boys is that they affect
Extends.
the image of the country outside. So, you know,
No, but
that
this
image.
corrupt politicians. We're talking about the image. We have corrupt politicians, and was it which other day we had the foreign countries saying that the APC
Yeah, the court in Canada
and PDP
are
are
terrorist
terrorist
organizations.
organizations. So if we were talking about these Yahoo boys, we should also be talking about our
I think
politicians.
it was in
And
the
the light.
last regime that we've seen the case of Nigerian Air. Share is Nigerian Air you used to enter. Where's the Nigerian Air now? I think you see, I think that was one of the instances we had. And the former Minister of Aviation, I think he's still working freely.
He's still
He's
working.
still, after
That's
that
an issue.
mass issue we've had of that bulk amount
So
of money.
hopefully
just
the
flying
eagle
into the-
flies higher and captures more
Captures
and
the
more of the
people
people,
that they are
and not
supposed
just
to capture.
you know, the tiny ones.
This are politicians. They have proven to be above the law now, because Yahaya Bello has, even regardless of him being wanted by the EFCC, he's working freely. He's even issuing commands to the legislature and everything. So they should work on their operation methods and everything, and they should be transparent. If you say you're fighting economic and financial crime, Fight it. Prosecute these guys.
Don't be selective.
Don't be don't offer selective justice, because it makes your this look weak. It looks laughable. Nigerians laugh at the EFCC. There was this meme that they put under there. So EFCC puts 2 days ago or 3 days ago, EFCC put out a picture, and then they were like, what people think we are looking after, and then what we are actually looking after. So they say that what the eagle is looking after is corruption, this and whatever, and what people think they are looking after is Yahoo
just Yahoo
boys.
boys.
Because that's
Then
what we see.
Nigerians now responded, Nigerians responded and said that eagle, when it comes to finding corrupt politicians, less like this.
I think
it's the reality.
This is another
Yes,
for the FCC
it's-
to do better.
Yes, they need to do better. Then moving on to our last story for today. It's also very, very laughable as well, because we see Ebonyi bans graduation ceremonies for nursery and primary schools. So they have banned it. So the Ebonyi State Government has banned it. They said that it's unnecessary, it's unneedful. Then other state governors too have also followed to, like the Edo State and the Benue State. Have they let the issues? Is it that Nigeria's issues have been exhausted? The other issues in the state that need to be combated have been exhausted. That they are taking their hands and putting it into PTA matters, because it don't they tire me. How far now? Mohammed.
I think at this point the state government are in no position to impose such take on the people, because this is their money, and if they are willing to spend it, the government are not in the position to tell them how to spend their money. Since I think it's a celebratory thing, I'm leaving primary school to secondary. This is a thing of joy. I think this is after 6 years of that whole going and coming back.
Yes.
So I think the government are not they have other issues to focus on. We have issues of unemployment. We have issues of insecurity. We have other. I'm pretty sure there are hospitals in those states that are not
Fully funded.
Then-
But he has come out and give policy on this one.
then how would you, is this the problems, is this how we intend to move the society forward? Is this the problem we should be focusing on? It's as if you're hungry and you're focusing on how you're going to sew clothes. Is that your problem? This is your main issue. You have problems of this. You need infrastructure to develop. Rather, these are issues you leave for parents and school, the PTA meeting. This should be discussed at the PTA table. These are not things that the state government should be getting themselves involved with.
And then, this particular graduation ceremonies, the nursery and primary graduation ceremonies, these are ceremonies that it's basically the parents that have joy, they have pride in their children for, because they took their children to school through the nursery.
Spend
a lot, and then took their children to also primary school, and then they finished, and it's a joy to the parents. Okay, they want to celebrate this. This is a remarkable feat. They want to celebrate this particular moment in their lives. Aren't they allowed to celebrate this moment?
After enough financial and physical stress?
Something you buy this one, buy books, buy textbook, buy this one, buy Munich, everywhere, everywhere, and everything. So is it that there are no other pressing issues in the state? Should we carry notes and give to the government? Okay, in case you have forgotten that these states are in these are the issues in the state. Maybe we should start writing. Okay, we have insecurity issues. We have
unemployment.
Hospitals
lack of
laughable situation. Educational sector, even that same education.
We're not having proper classrooms, proper infrastructure. So why are we focusing on the irrelevant matters?
People were paid when? I mean, salaries have not been paid. These are the issues, but they are coming out and.
Or are the government paying for the graduations before that we do not know of? Were they the ones funding the?
Maybe they want to come on half of it. God, the best of my knowledge.
Please, if the government of Benue State, Edo State, and the other states are the ones funding these graduation ceremonies, please, we agree and accept this decision. Terminate off on it. We have other places we need these funds for. But if they are not responsible for it, I believe the government has no right or hand in this particular issue, because this is a little thing that people actually gain joy from. There is not like a security concern, a security issue, or extravagance or abuse of anything that goes on in these ceremonies. But these are how people express themselves. Okay, we are celebrating our milestones, a little milestones that we have. So I believe the government should not have had any say in the matter to bring a whole trend in.
I'm done with the violence on entertainment today, and we'll be moving over to sports. Over to you, Mohammed.
Well, we're still on the violence. Sorry, you're not expecting violence today. We do not want peace. We want problems always. Sadly, in this on sports section in Colombia, a female referee was slapped by a player after she issued him a red card to send him out of the pitch. And I believe he was not even on the pitch at that moment, but it was a red card for unruly behavior and terrible conduct. And this brings a lot of things back into play regarding the issue of how referees are being treated, especially of referees like a female referee, because the player was actually a male. She was refereeing for a male match in the lower division in Colombia, and she issued the player a red card. And his first response was that of raising his hands against her, and it was really sad. And you will have to consider the situation, because if the referee was a male referee, he might not have instantly, reacted in that way. Probably he felt he could overpower. When we're looking at the likes of referees like Perio, his name, the man with no eyebrows and no hair, Luigi Colinia. I believe every player is scared of that man, because he's really versatile. When he blows his whistle, you have to abide by whatever he's going for. And if you feel like you have the physical action against him, he will have he will shove you. He has no fear for anyone, and it's really commendable for him. So I believe it was, although the player came out not long after to apologize that he was not going to hit her, he was trying to hit the whistle of her hand, but it's still wrong. The referee is there to officiate the match and all. So what do you think, Barry? Should we still keep female referees in male matches and male referees in female matches when we're having this kind of altercations or physical?
Yeah, I really have an issue with his narration of the story. Say he wanted to basically doesn't even have the right to even hit it out of her hand in the first place.
No, he doesn't.
He has no right, because if he can't explain it. You slapped her. No talk this kind of things. We're not kids. We're not kids, basically. We're not kids. And I think there should be respect for authority, whether male or female. Like this person is a referee. This person have been delegated and assigned to doing this, but this is their job. They're doing their job. Respect them. Respect their jobs. It is your duty to just come play your match respectfully. Like, be a sportsman, be a good sportsman. All these are sportsmanly, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Turning the football pitch into a fighting game. Please, we're not in
probably
WWE.
He's in the wrong spots. You should leave the pitch and go into the ring.
This is not WWE.
Exactly. But then Mohammed, yeah, exactly. It's not the WWE. But I also want to put it to Mohammed. What do you think about the sanctions that come with it? Because we've seen situations whereby players have hit referees where they pass out, and the sanctions are not, Yeah, there are sanctions, but then how hefty are they? Do you think they're hefty enough? We've seen in Nigeria in the MPFL where Remo Stars had a match, and then a referee was attacked in the changing room where he would even be vulnerable the most. They attacked him there. There were sanctions of reducing goal points for the club, for the team. They reduced goal, they reduced points for them, and probably monetary fine. What do you think would be the best possible sanction for acts like this?
I think, in my opinion, what happened, what the player showcased is unethical, very stupid of him. Sorry to say that. And it's unprofessional, very unbecoming. Even without the context of football, I think we are matured enough to understand the issue of physical abuse. And to the extent of coming from two different genders. I think that's very unacceptable. So I think the Football Federation should take a very serious action on this, to the extent of I don't mind even banning him from playing football again. If this will set an example for them, for the next person not to do it again. Because I think football is a global sport, so it does not matter whether she's a lady refereeing a refereeing men's match or a man refereeing females match. Football is a global sport. Sports in general. It's a sport that it's just a recreational activity that we both enjoy.
To entertain.
It's a form of entertainment. So I don't think he's in any position. If he has any complaint, we've seen it in the Premier League where the people are saying they're revolting against the referee decision. They will meet other referees or the authorities to lay their complaint. Okay, this is what happened. Then we've seen instances where they will give somebody red card on the field, and after the match they will review it and they will cancel it. I think it happened with Bruno Fernandes just quite not long ago. I think the ending of last season it happened where they gave him a red card, and that later after the match they reviewed it. It happened with Gabriel at Arsenal last season, where he was given a red card, and when he laid complaint, the club made the complaint, and they revoked it.
So the system
So
works
the extent
already.
of him getting physical
It's
is
very uncalled for.
unacceptable.
True.
And I hope they take very, very serious legal action against him.
And
And
like,
legal
even with
action
her-
of not only even them going
regardless.
against hitting the football, this thing. I think it should even reach social action because of
that she should take
there's-
an action
there's a
against
gender
it personally. Yes.
Sure, sure. Hopefully, we see the required justice in this situation, this scenario, and greater sanctions to prevent other people out there from doing it. Because just because you're an athlete does not mean the laws does not apply to you. You should maintain ethics. You should respect the law, and you should respect exactly. Be very professional and respect your fellow humans. Moving from one violence to another. Although this one is not the violence, it's just the king of violence himself, Victor Boniface. Known for his very sharp mouth and all. He has had a successful move to Werder Bremen from Leverkusen. He did have a previous potential move to AC Milan, but then it failed due to his his injury. So he failed his medicals, unfortunately, and he made a trade to Werder Bremen. And he did mention he wanted to retire from football because his injuries were recurring, and sadly he's a great player, very good player, but sadly the injuries are hindering him from making the move, making appearances as he should. But happily, he said he had moved. He has joined Werder Bremen. The deal has gone through. He's going to join them. He says it's a club he respects. His friend, contacted him, and he joined the club. And it's very beautiful for him. We're glad to see him moving on. And hopefully, he achieves a lot of things. Enjoy the sport he loves in a professional form, and then he makes his money.
Playing time and
Exactly,
everything.
and move on. And then the next story here, we have no more violence here. France star Mbappe calls for players to get more time off. He did mention that he was of the opinion that players did not actually get enough time on the pitch. Sometimes you see 4 or 5 matches exactly. You might not be seeing the player you want to see. Perhaps now you see your friend sign to a club or something, and 4 or 5 games you have not seen that player on the pitch. The fans also complain. No, you can back me up on this. When you don't see a certain player on the pitch 3 or 4 games, the next you start complaining. What is wrong with this coach?
Are they having problems?
Exactly. But from what he mentioned, from juggling between club matches, country matches, friendly matches, pre-season matches, he said those matches are a lot if they want them to perform. So what do you think should be the line of action for these players?
I think I would support Kylian in these statements, because I think even not human, we're humans. We're wired to rest.
True.
Even technology, cars, generators, they need rest. True. You can't work them all the time.
Talk more of humans.
So, and we see they will play preseason. These players will play preseason. They'll play season match. And then there's still international break. So I think I support him there. These people need rest. Sure. These people, even though we understand they are very vital people in the team, because we can see it right now. Kylian Mbappe is one of the best in the world, but you don't expect him to play 7 matches and give you the same outcome of what he did at the first match and the 7th match. Sure. So I think these people need. I think he's right when he said, because if you see last season they complained a lot.
Sure.
I thought we were going to see changes this time, but
as a captain, coming out to complain about this, he really has the interest of his players at hand, and probably other players. And if France qualifies for the World Cup, it could be mid-July next year before he gets any significant time off, because once the country qualifies for World Cup,
player, so
exactly,
he has to be there.
If they qualify, they'll be back-to-back World Cup matches. We'll still have club and league matches that he has to play, and probably friendly matches. So it's really concerning. Their health also matter. We don't want a star player like Mbappe exactly breaking down, and then Boniface
would complain as long as he plays and he does not perform well. The fans
exactly. So they need their rest, to perform maximum. And for our final story for sports, and I believe Barry here will definitely want to chip in on this. A Brazilian billionaire reportedly leaves 846 million pounds. Again, 846, probably more than any player is being signed for. 846 million pound fortune to the player Neymar, and he cited the reasons to being he liked. Apart from the fact that he liked the player, he liked that he plays for his country, and he likes the aura of Neymar. Yeah. He also liked the fact that Neymar had a good relationship with his father. Neymar Senior, because Neymar Junior is the son and Neymar Senior is the father. And he liked the relationship they maintained, and he also wished that upon himself, with his dad. Although some people are saying the court might not approve of this, one person leaving an entire fortune like that one. But what do you think about it? Should the court have a say in the man's opinion on leaving that amount of money to the player?
Person one bless me, court one say. Now for this court. I'm basically happy. I'm having this second-hand, happiness. I think there was this meme that went trending online. So when we were younger, there was this hope that we'll have one rich parent. I think it was trending on Instagram. Rich parents that will come and say, I'm your parents. I've not known you for a long while. Come and take all these my millions that I did not have and everything. And then we are seeing it happening for Neymar as a reality. He's living everyone's dream. We love our parents and everything, but then we really like this. Who is going to be my benefactor?
It's like a dream come true.
Someone should come and like me now like this and like me presenting and say, I have so millions and everything, and I like the way you present and everything, and I'm leaving it to you. Even name myself, if it cuts more for me, I don't mind. And cut, please, I beg. No, they do bad belay. What do you have to
there
say?
are certain things to consider. You can say, although there were witnesses to the will and all, there's also the fact to consider that Neymar has actually never met this man. He has never seen him. Probably he's learning of this will from social media. Probably if the man died, that's when Neymar would have, if not for social media, maybe when the man dies, when Neymar might have been contacted to say, okay, this amount of money is actually waiting for you. But then my question for you is, if you were Neymar, you're making money, you're doing this and that, and you find out about this, what would be your next line of action?
You want me to? You know what you want me to say. Fake Mohammed wants to set me up. I'll still talk. I think for Neymar is a wealthy person. Already he's about that huge amount of money. It's
a life-changing money.
It's a crazy amount of money. But I think even the man would have done better. Brazil is a country that's still developing actually. So I think he would have done better by rather than just handing over that much wealth. He should have invested it in education. Don't look at Barry. I'm not doing black belly for them.
Barry is giving him the bombastic side eye.
I'm not doing black belly for them. But I think that money injected, so a huge amount of money like that injected in education in Brazil will really play good role. But if it's me, I'll still collect too. So don't say, but I like Joe Barry said, I don't think the courts are in any position since they are witness to the will. The Neymar should be the one to decide what to do with the money, but the money should definitely be handed over to him.
True, and then he decides. So
yes,
probably
create a club here as we are supporting him.
For a player like Neymar, who right now we've seen has been suffering with different type of injury, I think this is a blueprint for retirement. So I think this, even if it's owning a cartel money, this is for him to settle.
We were not tired of seeing Neymar on the screens. I don't think anybody is tired.
The amount of money that has left him, he's tired of seeing you people.
It's not today. Well, we hope Neymar does the right thing. We hope the court allows whatever is happening happen, and we hope Neymar gets to meet this man and the man gets to meet his star player and all that, and they have a good relationship. But that's all we have on sports today. From the violence, transitioning to violence, to the money, to players, we are all happy. And thank God it's Friday. Eid al-Maulud is public holiday. This is our own holiday here in the studio. We're having a fun time here and bringing you the best.
You guys did not give me the format. You guys did not know that. You didn't tell me that we are going to wear trad. I didn't know. You didn't guys.
So Mohammed,
I'm not happy with you guys.
Barry to the world. Where are you taking us this weekend?
No, you guys are the ones celebrating. You guys are so, I'm looking for my meat. I did not see me. You guys are empty-handed.
I think there's a Kilishi spots around, but I think Barry will do the honors.
All right, we'll take you there. We'll take you there, but the base is on you. Anyways, this is the morning break. I remain Abbas Muhammad, the original,
and I remain Barry to the world,
and the original Mohammed Kabir.
Two originals. See you next time on the morning break. Thank you.